perfect curve into Invoke Despair next turn, and this is how things are done here on this channel. So if you are new to the channel, consider to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, comment, everything that you like, because double Invoke Despair on turn 5 is just the most disgusting thing you can do in this game. Just the most disgusting thing, look at this! Welcome everybody, we are finally back with some new amazing decks and some really interesting and entertaining to play in Standard. I think as long as the meta is fresh, I think now currently everything is settling down. I thought let's make something fun with our Spelldancer, a 2 mana 2/1 that says it cannot be blocked, so you can attack every turn for 2, and then whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on the Spelldancer. The Spelldancer deal damage to a player. We may remove 2 oil counters, so we need to have upfront 2 oil counters. Don't forget about it, and then whenever we cast our next instant or sorcery spell, we can copy it for free. This is an amazing possibility for us to cast not only our cheap interactions like Go for Throw, Duress or Cut Downs, but also something big like Invoke Despair, like you saw it in the intro. This is something amazing that can happen, or happens pretty often. But also Blue Sun's Twilight is an amazing card to be copied with, and not only copying it, but it also gonna copy the creatures, so there is a lot of fun factors and a lot of micro synergies, including in this deck, that I think will make it more entertaining to play it in a lot of conventional or currently played control decks like blue-white or mono-black control. And then 2 cards I want to talk about. There's a more flexible spot here, and this is the Graveyard Trespasser and our Gixian Puppeteer. I think these two goes really well alongside, but of course you can make this deck a little bit stronger with Shieldred instead of Puppeteer, and also maybe Graveyard Trespasser can be replaced with something else. Why? Because I wanted to have some Graveyard hate, because this deck first started as a pure mill deck. I tried to really mill out my opponent as consistent as possible, and this deck can do it too. Don't forget about it, we are really good at rumbling against creatures matchups, also against control matchups, and suddenly if Jace hits the board for 4 mana and -5 instantly for 15 cards, often the control decks are maybe like about 20 cards left, and they are maybe something like blue-white control that relies on the fairy drawing cards. We can mill our opponent actually really good out. I had a game in the testing where I milled my opponent with Jace on turn like 12. And another nice interaction with Jace that I found on, this is what you see here, 4 copies of Cut Down, is Jace's +1 ability. It gives a creature a permanent status for your and your opponent's turn, a -3/-0. This means we can cut down a lot of currently played creatures where the opponent just scoops, because they see if you use only 1 mana to cut their, I don't know, like a 4/4 or a 3/3, they will most likely be a little bit mad about it, and this is why this micro synergy is also worth mentioning here. For the mana base, I run 26 lands. Sometimes I thought I draw a little bit too much land, so maybe some card filtration will be nice, something like Memory Deluge, but again, Memory Deluge doesn't play with our Spelldancer as good as some other spells, so there is definitely some improvements possible in this deck. With this being said, I wish you a lot of fun on the gameplay part, and let's go straight there. And here we are with our first game. Finally, we are back in action, and this looks like a terrible hand. I think we won a little bit too much previously, but this one looks better. Do I really bottom invoke? No, 1 Spellslinger, a Spelldancer. I think this will be a little bit more productive, because I'm not planning to double cast Spelldancer and then being too far behind on the board. This is why Spelldancer into Go for Throat, and then maybe we're gonna copy Invoke Despair, and we're gonna see it in the first video. This will be sugar. Otherwise, let's see what my opponent is up. Looks so far like maybe Ores of Life Gain? Ores of Life Gain. Some nice coffee, my friends. By the way, thanks for everybody again for the beautiful and kind donations for the coffee. The person knows exactly who I'm talking about. This goes for you, Colombian coffee this time. I like Ecuadorian coffee actually more, or let's say not more, I like it good, but Colombian coffee has something special to it. I don't know, it has like this slightly sour, this strong sour, but sour comes really soft through. You know what I mean? Like this a little bit. This is why I sometimes enjoy different Can I copy already Invoke Despair next turn? Yes, I do, my friends. We're gonna see a copy of Invoke Despair next turn. Double Invoke Despair turn 5, curved out perfectly. And my opponent with the Overseer, sure. Do I deal with Lunarch? I think I deal with Lunarch, right? I kill the Lunarch. Perfect curve into Invoke Despair next turn. And this is how things are done here on this channel. So if you are new to the channel, consider to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, comment, everything that you like, because double Invoke Despair on turn 5 is just the most disgusting thing you can do in this game. Just the most disgusting thing. Look at this. Bam opponent, bam opponent, bam opponent. One more time, don't forget it. Bam, bam, another Invoke Despair. Whoa, look at this. Look at this. And we can repeat it. We can repeat it next turn. What do you think about that? Repeating it next turn. Wow, this is so broken. What somebody says who never says something like this. The guys, are you? Yo. Look at this. This is just such a broken combo. This is so unbelievable. So unbelievable. What should I do? My hands are even shaking. Not because of coffee, because of Invoke Despair. Because of Invoke Despair, my hands are shaking. I cannot give you better. I cannot give you better first game than this one. Woo. Like, subscribe, comment. We are climbing. We are undefeated. 4 games now down in the testing, or 3 games in the testing. This is the 4th game. Shooker game. Let's go next. And here we are against Draft. We're going first, and this looks like an interesting hand, so let's keep it. Let's keep it. Show my opponent the colors of Demeration. And see if we're gonna cast Augur on curve, or if we're gonna cast it after Kaito, but I think on curve. Just a card selection. You are not a good draw here, but okay. Maybe it comes handy next turn. We're gonna see. My opponent maybe some toxic deck. Encountered in the testing, in a play queue, and also in the ranked. A lot of toxic decks. I don't know if they are. I know you are an what you call an enchantment deck. Go for Throat will be always good. Go for Throat is always good. Then let's go with you. Let's play the Kaito on curve, because next turn we can play our stuff on curve. And minusing Kaito is not as big. We can still ultimate him thanks to Augur and the proliferation spells. Pretty good, pretty consistent. I like how we can proliferate into different things. And opponent looks like he's gonna escalate here. Goes for 4 damage. So let's see if we can control this madness. So first off, let's draw a card, of course. Then let's draw with Kaito. Let's play the March. And keep up, go for Throat. With Augur, right? Yeah. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like a good plan. Okay, Weaver, sure. Oof. Good that we keep up double, go for Throat. My opponent is escalating currently. Let's see where he wants to point the damage and how he... Okay, he wants to go all on the face. You're not a... No, he is an enchantment. Okay, unlucky. Trample, hexproof, indestructible until end of turn. Wow. Okay. It's okay. Maybe this is a mistake, maybe, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see if we can recover from this one. So let's draw a card. Ooh, sexy, huh? Let's play you for 1-2. Yes. And keep the cut down open for the Mishiko target. Right? Right. Let's cut down it. So we are not dead to something else. Outplayed. Outplayed. Ice Cold outplayed, my friend. Good game. I totally forgot that this is the way because Cutdown will not have a target if he doubles the trigger and this is an instant speed trigger. Wow. Outplayed. Like, comment and disliked for the outplay. Let's go next. And here we are going second with our first loss against enchantments. I think this is okay to go second. Could be a little bit slow. But yeah, it's a little bit slow going second. This is better. This we can keep. Then we can going second. Not looking to cast you. Yeah, I think last game I could have had a chance if I would have. Yeah, Irishka, I will let you in. She wants to go to the room. The room is on fire. I think I should have targeted the Spirited first, even if my opponent would have Michiko on the thingy and go for 4 damage, I believe, was it? I think I still could have knife. Imashahak.
Organic minds are easily quelled.
You see, organic minds are easily quelled. So I think taking their 4 damage will be smarter instead of letting my opponent untap. Okay, you have one more. Double Strangle on Jace. He has -2. Oh, he has double Strangle. Good. It's okay. Taking 2 spells with 1 spell is always good. So opponent down to 3 cards. Create maybe a token, whatever. But from there, I will not let my opponent draw cards, right? So let's see what my opponent is up to. I'm not sure currently what he's running. I don't have any enchantments, I don't have creatures with power 4 or less. I have planeswalkers, so ossification can go. So my opponent is full on control, right? Like, full on control. Ores of control maybe? Or ores of midrange? Ores of midrange, obviously. Let's get rid of a token so he cannot draw cards with waiting announcement. Simple as that. No card draw for you, my friend. And Cutdown with Jace, I hope I explained it in the intro really good. Such an amazing card. This is why we run 4 of, because Jace and Cutdown, both of these bad boys. Am I scared of? He has Sanctuary Warden, so Cutdown, just don't keep the mana, right? Okay. Let's see if we draw something for 2. Ah, Cutdown, okay. Cool. Another Cutdown. A bit more coffee. Alright, so. Gonna keep the Cutdown just in case I get the Spell Slinger. Okay. Is this a problem? Annoying. What should I say? Annoying. Why? Because I want to... yeah, this is exactly the reason for it. I want to Invoke Despair without token, so I draw 1 more card. This way I just draw 1 card, and this is not so cool as I was hoping for. But still, value, right? Opponent creates another token, I can keep the tokens under control, so this is not such a biggie. Let's see if my opponent has something else. Oh, okay. Just so he don't draw a card. Don't really care about the 3 damage. He can do it, he can draw at the end step a card, so he will not maybe miss another land drop or something. And get rid of one of his permanents, right? So this is I think my decision making for killing the token instead of 3 damage. So my opponent gets less value. Otherwise he would have drawn a card now. Okay, It's also not bad. A Puppeteer. But I don't have anything in my graveyard here, right? So let's see. Plays around Destroy Evil. Maybe Classification will be a possibility. My opponent could play otherwise. I mean, he has a Treasure to fix the white mana. I'm not sure. Currently, he is like super on the red mana. Strangle, okay. Sure. The 2-2. 2-2. The 2-2. The things that speaks maybe against playing the Puppeteer because I have nothing in the graveyard, so the full value will not be there. You are Boris. Okay. What? Okay. Jesus, game. Give me my hand full removal, huh? And give me all the removal in the world. Something else? No? Okay, die. I show him like, hey, listen, I'm a Dimir mid-range control deck. I drew all my removals. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. What should I do? Right. Like, what should I do? Let's play you for normal mana. Give him -3.
Sake of PHYREXIA, I will keep watch.
Just a 1-2, how cute. And now cut down will cut it, right? Because before it was 6 power and toughness. Now it's just 3. So this is why we can also kill a Sheoldred, for example. Oh, good top deck, huh? Mondrak, another Mondrak as a top deck. Sure. This is not what I was looking for. Who has more cards? 11? 7. I have more cards, right? Let's mill myself.
We can improve upon your ideas.
I'm dead. I'm dead. I am dead. Too much control elements that I drew. I didn't want to draw so much control elements. But happens, definitely happens. Maybe the deck start breaking apart now after this many games won, but who knows? We're gonna go next and check out how we perform there. And here we are, going first. Pretty okay hand to go first, to be honest. So let's go with our Esperland and then Refine Tower. Refine Tower is always fine. Then into the Untap duel. Looks like opponent is on some sort of Dimir control deck too. So let's see. Let's see what he has there. With Dimir sleeves. Oh, Invoke, huh? Don't mind me if I do. Don't mind me if I do. Let's go with Kaito. Let's see if he has Make Disappear. Will be okay. Make Disappear will be okay. He has. Somehow we need to get it out, right? And because we have two Kaitos and Jace to follow up, I think this is okay. So, Shore into another Kaito? Could be that my opponent has another counterspell, Syncopate. Okay, so my opponent is on Dimir control with counterspells and removals, most likely. This is why, let's see if he has also an answer for Jace. No, he doesn't. Okay. So maybe Invoke Despair will be a possibility here. Let's see if Memory Deluge will find something for my opponent. Gonna plus, submit 0.
You cannot win here.
And let's see what Celestus, okay, 3 mana. Oh, he taps out. Okay, this is actually really good. My opponent taps out because this allows us to cast the Invoke Despoke. Plus, because if my opponent plays something like Graveyard Trespasser, he can create the Bankbuster and instantly kill my Jace on 4 loyalty. This is why I went for plussing our Jace. And this deck began as a mill deck, actually. At the beginning I had it as a mill deck. Oh, okay. Interesting. Let's go with Graveyard Trespasser. See if my opponent has a counterspell for it. As long as it's not too complete, I'm not really mad about it, because Puppeteer. Previous cover up, okay. Sure. Then let's go with the Puppeteer. Let's go with Meal on my opponent. Oh, Invoke Despair down, Shoulder down. It's good. Draining a little bit my opponent. Let's see if he has instantly an answer for Puppeteer. Most likely yes. Because Dimir control, right? Like a lot of stuff. So yeah, the Syncope exiling my Graveyard Trespasser was a really nice play from my opponent. But let's see. Do I have 2 mana left? Yes, I have 2 mana left. Let's see if my Invoke Despair can be resolved. Yes, it does. Okay. Wow. Wow. Game. How much cards do you have there? 8. So now Plusing brings nothing because again, Bankbuster into another Shoulder down. Ooh, good. Next. Down to 6 my opponent. Needs to be really careful where he is going with it. I'm not gonna cycle Refine Tower now because my opponent could maybe suspect that I have Counterspell too, right? Because it holds the priority. So definitely possibilities here. Pass. Let's Refine Tower it. Okay, resolve. Johnny MK. Okay. Johnny MK, this is okay. Let's go with more duels. Let's go with a Spelldancer. Non-artifact creature, you're just a token, right? I could theoretically kill you. "32 cards, 13 in the graveyard. Let's mill some of your lands. Nice lands there. Let's kill the Tokorones, so he cannot attack with the Bankbuster. And keep it like it is. Keep it. Let's return the Spelldancer. Let's see if my opponent has another answer. Memory Deluge, okay. Memory Deluge is okay. My opponent can also top deck, of course, Invoke Despair. And this will deal instantly with my Jace. So this is why I'm here not super hot on casting things. But next turn Jace would have... Wow. 1 loyalty. I will just plus it, right? Like, I think this is a wasted spell from my opponent, because I will just plus it. To give a creature -3, -0, and do nothing else. Otherwise I could, yes, I could have drawn 3 cards, if I could -2, but I cannot -2 it. So, weird play from my Johnny MK, I would say, maybe not thoughtful enough, maybe like me against the enchantment player. Ele. Why are you changing the thing? He's thinking, he's like... yeah, why did I do that, he says. Let's play the Spelldancer, let's see what my opponent has to offer. I think he's looking to cast Memory Deluge here. I'm not gonna cast Invoke Despair. I'm not this kind of guy, right? Go for a Troll. Sure. Let me see what he has there. So his win condition is the Fairy and Invoke Despairs, right? Like the Planeswalkers. Previous cover up 4 mana. Okay. Let's play the Spelldancer again. Let's see if my opponent has another removal spell here. He does. Cut down. It's good. It's good. 22 cards left in the library, my friend. 20 cards left in the library. So Devious Cover-Up is the only card that is really like, eh. But as soon as I can resolve my Jace followed by Invoke Despair, I think this will be really painful for my opponent. And this is not the case right now, so just patient, chilling. Playing slowly, right? Against control you always need to bring passion with you. Okay. Bro, you're down to 15. You're gonna mill yourself this way, and my deck will be successful. Sure. There is Spellslinger. Ah yeah, this Mafreaker, huh? Double Spellslinger. Sure. Something else? Pass. You could crew Bankbuster and go for my face. This is why I decided not to kill the Trespasser up front. But my opponent didn't want it to do that. Spite, okay. So my opponent has a bunch of counter spells and a bunch of removals, which is followed up by some good cards. I'm gonna cast the Invoke Despair just not to turn it to night again, and see if my opponent has a counter spell. Make Disappear will not cut it, right? He needs like a hard counter, and he has Devious Cover-Up because he's hovering over the graveyard. Yeah, Devious Cover-Up, exile, and put some cards back. It's okay, it's okay. I was accounting it. But opponent on the 17 cards, it's almost full meal, right? So if I top the Jace with 5 loyalty and he resolves, this is one turn. One turn. So maybe my deck will do what it was designed to do. Maybe. Who knows? Okay. Let me see. Maybe it was a reason to wait with Invoke Despair, huh? Duress would have been a reason to wait with Invoke Despair. I'm definitely not the most experienced control player, so if you are a dedicated control player, despite. If you are a dedicated control player, then definitely, yeah, it would be smarter from me to play for Duress, and then post Duress to Invoke Despair, right? I was again didn't had enough time or passion or patience or I don't know. We will see. We will see. As I said, one spell to resolve and then the rest. But I don't see that my opponent locked out the game so hard that I don't see really a way how I can get out of it with a land in my hand. Opponent also hit not bad, right? This is not a card that I needed. So this is a GG's again, but as I said, I think a more experienced player or more experienced control player will definitely perform with this deck much better. We're gonna make the end now here because we had some amazing games, we had some amazing losses too. I think some losses were up to me, for example here this game and against the enchantment player. I think these two are up to me, like it was my mistake. Even though my opponent played here or had here a really good opening hand to play against midrange or control, still I believe, good game my friend, good game. Still I believe that I could have won if I would have played a little bit smarter, but this is just the experience maybe. I'm not the most experienced control player, I'm pretty good in midrange or aggro decks or combo decks or jank decks. Jank decks, but as soon as I'm trying to perform, I think I'm a little bit too try hard. But nonetheless, the deck does really good. In testing, I went 3-0 undefeated. With you, we had here some nice games, but also some nice losses. Nonetheless, I would recommend to craft this deck. This deck has definitely some really nice micro synergies, some really interesting play pattern. And I think if you are more experienced control player, then definitely go for it, because this will win a lot. This will win a lot. Maybe with some minor changes, but I don't know currently what I will change in this deck. Maybe just my mindset or maybe my play patterns, let's say. But we started where I stopped, so we're at 50%. We had some entertaining games. We had some cool games. I hope so. Let me know down in the comments. Yeah, tomorrow I got something cool for you. We have another control deck with Forge. Melting Forge. Let's go. I thank you for your time. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Ciao.